Hello guys, this is Kubis back again with another nameless podcast episode. I'm your host Ezekiel. I already said that. Fuck. I'm thinking of my channel.
Bloopers.
Episode 11 because I think that's like the last episode. Episode 10 was the last episode.
I don't remember, bro.
Sorry for my fucking cough. You're gonna hear that a lot this episode, but
You're fine.
So when was the last time we fucking called? It's like July, I think.
I think it was a month or two ago. Don't remember what we were talking about. Data Live, that's what it was.
Yeah. We are behind in Spirit Chronicles Volumes, and we're just now doing it. I think Volume 5 comes out in like a few months from now.
25?
Yeah, 25. Like the English.
Yeah, just a few months from now.
By J. Nobu. Tenshi, we don't really have to wait for the Empress because like they're so shit. So fan translations are gonna base on that for this episode for Volume 9.
We don't have to wait on Yen Press, but they are catching up pretty quickly, so let's hope that they don't fuck us over on Volume 10.
Yeah, so like I think if I remember correctly, like Volume 8 for Tenshi by Empress like November. So yeah.
Somewhere around there.
Since then, I think what's like the news updates?
Arifureta.
Yeah, Arifureta.
Happened.
Why not? We should talk about Arifureta a bit, considering the episode.
So considering before we actually talk about our hopes for it, I really want to talk about some of the misconceptions based off of the episode count.
Yeah.
I've been seeing quite a few people say that they want more than the next couple volumes.
That's
and,
stupid.
like actual people who've read the novels, and it's like did we read the same fucking series? Because there's no way in a 16 episodes. Oh yeah, just do the season 1 bullshit where we cramped 4 episodes. No, fuck you. No, that's awful. That's such an awful idea, and the reason that's such an awful idea is because of Volume 8.
Mm-hmm.
Volume 8 is the most content-heavy volume in the series. Now, if I'm not mistaken, is it not the only one that breaches like 500 pages?
I think it was like 400.
Like four or 500 pages. It's one of the two.
Yeah.
No other volume in Arifureta has that many pages.
Mm-hmm.
So it is such a disservice to the series itself to be like, all right, here's a 400-page volume. Let's go ahead and go to Volume 9 and 10. Let's go. What?
Yeah. No, like regarding that, I had like a similar situation. Like there's probably like a similar situation with Danmachi, because like regarding Danmachi, you know how season 4 is like 22 episodes, something like that, right?
Yeah.
So it only covered 3 volumes. The first part, like 11 episodes, was like volumes 13 and 4, 12 and 13, and volume 14 is like one of the longest light novel volumes by page count, like in history. So that's definitely more than Arifureta, and it got like the second part of that 22 episodes, so like 11 episodes. So I'm expecting something similar to Arifureta's. If they do something similar like with season 2, maybe something like a split between like what I suggested, like 6 for volume 7 and about 10 for volume 8. I mean, that shit would be a dream come true.
True. I honestly, I want them to have more dev time. Dev time? Fuck. Yeah, actually, that is dev time. I want them to have more like production and everything and value put into volume, like that volume.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is such a big content heavy volume. Like there's a lot of scenes that have emotional impact.
Yeah.
That really I think it really explains the motives of the characters well.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're skipped, we're gonna miss a lot of context going forward.
Yep. Also, like, I need like at least 10 episodes for Volume 8 because like I love Shea. Like we all love Shea.
Yeah.
I need her to be done justice in the anime.
We're gonna have a whole episode of just them saying "fuck you" to each other, saying I hate you.
Can't fucking wait, man.
Yeah.
I guess that's all for Arifureta.
Yeah.
I guess another part of anime news, we'll talk about the novels later, is Spirit Chronicles got a new visual, which like confirmed they adapting Volume 7, considering it has Flora in it.
Yeah.
So, no more doubts now, I guess.
I don't know how they're gonna save this fucking show. I honestly don't know how they're gonna save this show.
They're gonna rewrite Volume 4. Like, that's...
Retcon Volume 4.
Yeah.
I mean, they have to. Like, they literally have to say... Like, there's no reason for them to have Celia this early in the series. Like, I understand you don't want to introduce a character like such as Miharu this early, but it's the fact that in season 1's opening you have like 50 scenes of Miharu
and like Haruto. I mean, not Haruto, for fuck's sake. I'm confusing.
So it's like the fact that the events of Volume 4,
the
events of Volume 4 were there in like the opening, and then they just didn't happen.
Yeah, last episode.
It was a fucking last episode.
Final scene.
Yeah.
God.
Like the fuck? How do you have like part of the opening, the penultimate part of the ultimate like be in the final episode? It's just like, also how do you fucking do that? It's just swap volumes 4 and 5. That completely messes up the flow of the story to me.
Exactly. Because like
because at this point in time, like while Rio is going to save Celia, they're in the Spirit Village.
Yep.
Like, so are they just like gonna show up to the Spirit Village together now? Like, what the fuck's gonna happen?
So like I would imagine like it's gonna be like, I guess, a flashback arc, but it's heavily gonna be rewritten to thread back when we get to Volume 6 and Volume 7. That's like my idea of how they
I hope that it's a flashback. I honestly hope that they just say, oh yeah, this is a flashback, by the way, of the before the events of Volume 5, like before those episodes. But they can't even say that, because at the end of the season 1, the lights that summoned the fucking heroes, like, they started after Celia was saved.
Yep.
So they can't even do flashbacks. They actually have to retcon the ending of season 1 to make this shit work. And I'm not kidding.
Oh, this is gonna be hilarious.
So now, am I actually mad about this? Not really.
No.
Because I didn't really care for the anime that much to begin with.
Yeah. But like...
But I do think that it is really fucking funny how they have dug themselves in this pothole.
Yep. I mean, to be fair, they weren't expecting like a season 2 to come up.
Probably not. I think they really wanted to leave this shit open-ended.
Yeah.
They were really going for the one and done on this one.
Now they have to... Oh my god. Oh, this is gonna be a perfect balance next season. We have what is absolutely if they do adapt volumes, only volume 7 and 8, Arifureta is gonna be peak as fuck. Then we get this atrocious ass ready with Spirit Chronicles, this anime, when it comes out.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I'm just gonna hope, don't fucking do Lizelot dirty, dog. She's my girl, don't fucking do her dirty.
Yep.
So yeah.
I really hope they don't fuck over Lizelot in this.
Yeah.
Lizelot is one of the few saving graces of the anime.
Mm-hmm. Even though she barely appears.
Yep.
Anyways, we done with the anime stuff. Let's go to novels. First, I want to talk about, we got a new fucking cover for volume 10 of
Yes,
Tenshi.
we did.
Holy fuck, she is beautiful as hell.
Okay, the people that were calling her fucking creepy as shit.
Nah.
That was funny to me because I was like, I actually kind of see it, but
Yeah.
it's like, but I also am like, she's cute as hell.
Yeah.
Like I see their point whenever they were whenever they went. Oh, she kind of looks yandere now. What the fuck?
Nah. You would think,
But no, I think it's just the framing.
Yeah, and the ribbons looking like blood or something.
Yeah, the ribbons looking like blood. Definitely played a huge part.
Mm-hmm. So, I gotta say, they continuing the tradition. You know what's the tradition in regards to Tenshi's covers?
Angel wings.
Yep. They're doing it with her hair this time, it seems. Like, look
I
at
didn't
that
notice it this time. I was wondering what was missing. I didn't notice it this time.
Yeah. The wings are like the very like.
Oh,
back
I
of
can
her.
kind of see it. I can kind of see it like down her back,
Yeah.
like towards the cushion she's sitting on. Like it kind of looks like feathers instead of hair.
Mm-hmm. See?
Yeah, that's
That-
actually, that's clever. That's clever.
I mean, they know how to.
So this is
fucking-
Christmas time. This is Christmas time.
Yep.
I have a feeling this is like. Yeah.
So,
Bro, can we get to next year already? Fuck already!
Okay. Let's talk about Volume 9.
Volume 9.
Okay, so
anyway, yeah.
first I have to say, congratulations everyone. We are past the fucking web novel. Holy
We're past
shit.
the web novel, and by a long shot too. I think the web novel content ended at like chapter 1.
Yep. So like
chapter 1 was pretty much it.
in time, in universe, it would be like 1 month. So if I remember correctly, November 5th was Amane's birthday, and December 6th was Mahiru's. So practically 1 month. Both their birthdays in one volume, which is I think it's very good. Okay.
That's a good time. That's a good time jump. I feel like if we can continue this trend of like, so I'm thinking of the first 4 volumes happen within a 6-month time frame.
Yeah.
Volume 1 explicitly happens within I think like 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I'm reading that correctly.
Yeah.
I think we will be depending on how contrived the story will be. Like what
I don't know
the
what
author has in plan.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I don't know what else there is to do aside from like a time skip.
Yeah. Like
at this point I'm expecting like 3 months later or something like that.
Yeah, like I am expecting like after Christmas time skip, because like they already like mentioned things like college life and all that this volume. So I'm curious to see if
like I'm kind of expecting, like, even though I know it's a very slow series, at this point in the series it seems like the pace is picking up a bit.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna say that I want it to happen, but I'm kind of expecting it to happen.
I want it to.
Where the next volume is going to be like their third years.
Yeah, I
Like,
want to expect that because
I want to expect that because just fuck already.
I mean, like practically, aside from like setting up the eventual physical meetup, there's really nothing to add. Like, do you think there's a setup besides that? What I said?
I think it's just more romanticness involved. So there are some plot points that I think can be solved over the course of the volumes, unless new plot points emerge. Right now, we have big plot points with Mahiru's father, who has been absent since Volume 7, who randomly appeared out of nowhere. I think, like, honestly, even though they haven't touched upon him again, I feel like we will see him return at some point in the future.
Oh yeah, now that you mentioned it, in the author's notes, they said Seiki-san said something like, I wanna write about more of Maru's past alongside the cuteness.
So we still have a big confrontation with Mahiru and her past. That's something that hasn't happened in a full extent yet. Like, yeah, we've had bits and pieces here and there of like her recovering, and like this volume was great with Koyuki-san being introduced into the mix and being there. So they already are starting to go that way. But I feel like we're about to get a lot into more of Mahiru's past and her experiences, and I feel like I don't think there's going to be drama, but I think there's going to be some
slight dark shit.
I think there's going to be some dark shit. I have a feeling it's either going to be her mother or her father are going to appear within the next 2 or 3 volumes.
Yeah.
I want to say next volume, but I don't think it'd be next volume.
Yeah, I wouldn't think it would be that the case. So
other than that, there is the plot point with Itsuki's father, and his family troubles. That is starting to become an interesting thing.
Yeah.
Those 2 plot points are very interesting.
So like,
and then we also have, and then I noticed this in Volume 9. Or not, no, yeah, it is Volume 9. I noticed this whenever reading. That after Mahiru's birthday, or like during Mahiru's birthday, like after the call with Koyuki-san, Amane was rubbing Mahiru's ring finger.
Oh yeah, holy!
I think he was measuring her finger.
Yep. No doubt. He has the money now.
I don't know if he has all the money now. However, I think we're getting close to the point where he's about to fucking propose.
Yep. So close.
It's going to happen I think it's going to happen within the next 2 volumes. I'm like 99% sure.
Yep.
It'll happen within the next 2 volumes that he will propose.
And
with,
also
like, how the direction has been going.
So also but like what do you want? What do I have to say about this? I just fucking realized shit, it's like 3 weeks away. Volume 10 is like 3 weeks away.
Yeah, they're about to start with Volume 10 translation.
Yeah. It's like 3 weeks away, holy shit. I mean, like,
I think we'll probably get Volume 10's translation within like the next 4 months.
Yeah, but like, I think when it comes, we're going, like, if we're actually gonna commit to like doing a weekly or bi-weekly or monthly something to Arifureta and Spirit Chronicles anime, by like the first episodes of both, we will probably talk about like Volume 10 and the illustrations within.
Yeah.
because like more like you can probably tell what's gonna happen in volume 10 because like aside from like like in volume 9 aside from that final scene with the kiss, all the important shit that got illustrated.
Yeah.
So
I feel like we're once illustrations start to leak, we're really going to know what happens.
It's not gonna leak. It's exactly gonna be on September 15th.
No, I mean like it's going to release to the public.
Yeah.
Is by leaking.
So, should we go chapter by chapter?
Chapter by chapter? Sure.
Or, I mean, like, if we're gonna do commentary on it, might as well do it. So,
yeah. I'm not gonna be able to do that with Spirit Chronicles.
Oh, I'm definitely not
but
gonna.
I can.
I mean, like, we have the fucking.
I mean, I feel like Spirit Chronicles is just different because there wasn't much that this volume added to the context of everything. If I'm being completely honest.
Yeah.
So, like, as much as it pains me to say that, the summary did a fucking damn good job at hitting all the important stuff.
Yeah. And aside from, like, we noticed some dialogues that weren't like expressed in the summary. But that's basically it. It's basically the same thing that we read in the summary.
That's pretty much all we really got to talk about for Spirit Chronicles is just like, hey, the summary was pretty fucking spot on. All we know is that the volume just expanded upon that, like most volumes have before. Although I think the summary's qualities, especially since volume 21, since we started reading summaries.
Yeah.
Was a volume? Yeah, since volume 21, I think the quality of the summaries has increased dramatically.
Yeah, and like in like 6, how long is 126 is like October, so October 14.
We'll be getting a summary by December.
No,
probably.
No, it's October, so and 2 weeks is their like time frame, so mid-October.
No, I know. I'm saying like we'll have a finished fucking we'll have a podcast recording by December.
Mm-hmm. So that's all that we can promise in regards to that. But for now, Tenshi is like very, very easy to read because like in general, it's like the same as always. Oh yeah, we really never talk about this, but like, do you think like it stays consistent all throughout, or do you have like a favorite like volumes out of this series?
The Tenshi?
Uh-huh.
I think it's pretty consistent throughout. Like, I really love this series. It's my favorite romance series like I've ever read, and I've read quite a few romance novels, because I'm cheesy like that. But I like the consistency of the volumes. I do think I have a favorite though. Although it's not necessarily favorite as in like favorite volume. I think it's a favorite pair of volumes. Like I have 2 volumes that like stand out in terms of content compared to any other volume, and that can be changed depending on how volume 10 goes and how it pairs with volume 9. But right now, my favorite parts of this series have to be volumes 4 and 5.
Dog. Same. Yep. So like volume 4 and 5 is like unforgettable, especially when you read.
I mean, it's the overcoming. It's Amane who is trying to be a better person. Like not a better person, but like he's trying to better himself for Mahiru so he can stand next to her in confidence, and he's still doing that like even in future volumes, but it's like very defined here. And he's like trying to accept himself, and Mahiru is pushing him to accept himself, and then that confession at the end was really heart-wrenching, and it was very like, oh, I gotta do this
Unforgettable.
now or I'm gonna fuck up. It
Uh-huh.
was a very truly unforgettable moment, and I'm still kind of pissed that the anime kind of fucked it up a little bit.
Yeah.
They fucked it up a little bit. They hit the important shit what they needed to hit,
Mm-hmm.
but moving past that, because if I get talking about the anime, I'm gonna go on a tangent.
Okay.
Volume 5 did an amazing job at showing just how comfortable they already were with each other, and I love that they literally mention it. It's like, could it be said that we were already dating before actually dating?
Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty funny to
Such
me.
a movies
Also, their
dorks.
first kiss was in Volume 5 as well.
Yeah. So good. Butterflies in my fucking stomach.
Butterflies in the stomach, yes.
Yeah.
And also the imagery of Amane and Mahiru sleeping together in that volume, and I think, I don't know if you have an image of this like just on hand, but literally at the end of Volume 5,
I fucking
that one, you're gonna have to edit this in. I'm gonna make some more work for you. I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to edit this in. So those who haven't read the series,
I got you.
yeah, that on screen now is the image that is shown at the end of Volume 5. Right before that, they had a confrontation with Amane's past, and I think they played it out really well. And it's just, I love the bond that has grown. Like, it's still, it's like there's a very pure bond between them, and yeah, it is so fucking good.
Yep. So, to coincide what we are talking about, sleeping between the two. This volume starts.
Chapter 1.
This starts
at the end of Volume 8. Did they not fall asleep together at the end of Volume 8? Hold on, I'm gonna check. I'm gonna double check.
Yeah.
I'm like 99% sure they did, but I just want to be sure, you know.
Yeah, because like chapter 1 of like literally the start of Volume 9, they fucking wake up to each other.
I think I found it. Yeah. On my PDF, it's page 209. But it's literally like good night, snuggling up together, and yeah, no, they fall asleep together. Yeah, and then Volume 9, they
woke up to each other.
They woke up to each other, and Mahiru didn't run away this time for growth. Growth. Character development in my series, never.
Yeah, it's really nice to see how far they have come since Volume.
I love it.
Yeah, and after that we go straight into Amane's birthday, cause like,
yeah, pretty much.
My God. I mean, you can see like the stark difference.
I mean, it's just Amane's birthday after the fact. Yeah.
So, the stark difference. I wanna talk about Amane. As a character, like you can see him be like in the start being all gloomy and shit, and look at him now. He's like a boy. Look at it. He's fucking grown up.
Yeah. My boy is he's just grown. Like, he's just grown up.
He grown up. Basically now is, well, I wouldn't really like say he's a popular kid, but he basically is at this point. Feels nice to see how far he has grown. Just to be by her side, standing by her side, like,
yep.
What you call this, like as equals and all that.
And he's like, oh my god, something else I just realized that happened in this volume is like literally in chapter 1, he actually like finally accepts himself. Which is it's beautiful. I love it.
Yeah. What makes this shit so fucking good? So, majority of this volume was the preparation for Mahiru's own birthday. So repeat.
Yes.
So after the classmates giving him the presents and all that, Amane, Itsuki, and Chitose are talking.
They're
Immediately
steaming these little bitches.
Yeah, they now talking about regarding Mayu's birthday. Now this motherfucker Amane going all out.
Chad.
Like it's like he's putting all 17 of those missing birthdays without her parents and all that into fucking one.
Yep.
What a man. Holy man. Holy
Chad.
Yeah.
See, we meme on Twitter about Chad Taro from that one, what the 100 Girlfriends series.
Yeah.
I always see it happen, but now this is true Chad. True
Yep.
Chad.
Mm-hmm.
True Chad behavior.
Now, after this, we're gonna sound like smart asses. Because, like, we will have to talk about parenting, which is, like, an integral part of this volume. So, chapter 3...
I actually noticed something while reading this volume. Is that this series does really well at explaining how a child can grow depending on how like their parents are involved. And something that probably don't know about me or what the viewers don't know is that I study psychology. I am all entrenched in that stuff, and with my studies, I'm required, since I'm still in college, I'm required to take developmental courses, so explaining like child development and how parents influence that. And this just hit almost every fucking nail on the head, for me at least.
I mean,
like, it doesn't follow strict theories, but I think it really highlights how different parenting styles have drastic effects on children.
Yeah. So I guess we should talk about it in detail after this chapter. But like to summarize, this chapter is basically a parent-teacher conference and all that. Yeah, you all know that shit is boring as shit. Like even the volume stated as such, it's boring as shit most of the time. And throughout this volume we see 3 types of parenting in the perspective of Amane's, Itsuki's, and Mayu's parents. Because on one hand, on the left side of the spectrum, you have Amane, who is a very loved child. Would spoil him a lot, but like a bit overbearing at times. But like you can feel the love that Chiyoko.
I actually think that Amane is sort of closer to the middle.
I would say not.
Where he's obviously. I think he's okay. So it's actually not a spectrum in that way. So the way that parenting styles are viewed, they're marked out on like a graph. So I'm gonna imagine. So imagine a cube.
Okay.
Split off into four sections.
Okay.
Like not a cube, but like a square. So it's like a, and each corner is a different extreme. Okay. So in like the top left corner, you have neglectful parenting, which is where I would put Mahiru. In the top right corner, you have dismissive parenting, which would be where Itsuki's parents go, or Itsuki's dad at least.
Okay.
Itsuki's mom is different. In the bottom left corner is something called I think it's called authoritarian.
I would say
I'm looking this up to fact check.
No. I would say
So that might also be
Itsuki's.
So Itsuki's. The reason that I'm putting Itsuki's dad in dismissive is because dismissive parenting is like you still want your child to succeed and everything, but you're very dismissive of their ideals and hopes.
Yeah, but
With
like,
authoritarian parenting, all they do is place expectations on children.
yeah.
While that's still bad, it's bad in different ways.
Well,
Like
I did,
authoritarian is yeah.
so I would say like in the middle. Put Itsuki's dad specifically in the middle of that spectrum, because middle of
I
that
would say
graph.
he's in the middle. I would say he's in the middle of neglect. I would say he's in the middle of like dismissive and authoritarian, because
Yeah.
authoritarian is also, it's also they expect children to obey without question.
Yep, something like that.
So I would say he leans more towards authoritarian, but I do think he's very dismissive in the sense that anytime Itsuki is involved,
Mm-hmm.
it's I don't want to hear what you have to say. You're going to hear what I have to say.
Mm-hmm.
Which is both dismissive and authoritarian, because they're very similar.
Yeah.
So that's like they're not opposites, but they're similar. And then the last one in the bottom left is authoritative, which is Amane's parents. Authoritative is like very hands off.
Mm-hmm. Very hands up. Yeah.
Yeah,
but,
so like they're very nurturing, but they still set limits. Like they
Yeah.
still have their. So like, actually, sorry, not dismissive. It's permissive. What am I saying? Fuck off. It's permissive. Why did I say dismissive? So dismissive and authoritarian are very the same thing. It's permissive, not dismissive. I kind of messed up there.
Yeah.
But yeah. I would actually think that the reason I would say Itsuki's parents are sort of in the middle of permissive and authoritarian is because I think that the actual parents are direct opposites. I think that
because like,
Itsuki's dad is very authoritarian, while his mom is very permissive.
Yep. And like I'll like if like we're basing it on cultures, if we're basing it on, in my culture at least, a typical parent from my culture is either gonna be Itsuki's mom or somewhere like Amane's parents, because like a rarity is like those aspects like
authoritative is good. Authoritative is where children go the most.
Yeah,
that is something that happens. Authoritative is the most effective parenting style.
Yeah. And
multiple studies. I don't have any studies that I can cite, but you can look them up. Multiple studies say that this is the most effective parenting style, or at least it's the most recommended, because there are set rules and clear expectations. But the idea for authoritative is to be open with your child and to like be responsive to their needs and everything. Like you still, like you're supportive of them, but you still have your limits. Like there are clear boundaries, but it's not like you're overindulging them to the point where they're going to become spoiled.
So like in that case, like so I've seen like authoritative parents firsthand. Usually those come from rich kids. Because like yeah, ironically enough, like if you're like a rich kid, most of the time you get parents like those, like Itsuki's dad.
I would Itsuki's dad, that's authoritarian. Yeah, I would say so. I think authoritarian parenting comes from the weight of what's the word I'm looking for?
Legacy or.
Legacy is one word, but I think it's
expectations of your society.
It's like, so there's this weight of like the role that you have. It's like if you are a CEO, like you're expected to do things that a normal employee wouldn't be able to do. It's sort of the same thing, like how a rich person is expected to do more things than like a common person would be able to do. I say common, but that's like literally common as in poor people. This isn't to insult poor people, it's just like that's the word that's used as lower class. I want to say lower class, let's say that lower class, middle lower class. Higher class people are expected to have more like class in a way. So I think the weight and the responsibility, that's the word I'm looking for. The responsibility is kind of like the weight of those responsibilities kind of fall onto the shoulders, and they kind of want to hold up their legacy. They don't want their legacy to be within recklessness, and I kind of see where Itsuki's dad is coming from. However, he goes about it the wrong way.
Yeah. So if we're looking at Itsuki's dad as like somewhere like a traditional, like very traditional parents, like don't like something like don't come near my son or something like that. So it's a funny thing if you think about it that way, because like we're already like past that boundaries, and he's like I guess, would you say a stereotype of that
Sort of, yeah.
This series is just great at like explaining how to, like what you said, how to treat a child, but also like the different ways of parenting, and you see it through the characters themselves and not through like even if Shoko explains how she nurtures Amane like as a child to where he is now. It feels like natural in a sense. Would you say so? Rather than just like pure exposition.
I think it's very natural. I feel like it's very open. It's very open book in my mind. Like it leaves a lot to the imagination in the sense that we're still imagining future scenarios, but I think it's very descriptive and it's intentionally descriptive, and I like that a lot.
Yeah. It like I did expect, like, would you have expected like 5 volumes ago that we would be talking about parenting in a series like Tenshi-sama, where the only parenting issues that we have is literally Mahiru's parents.
Yeah.
Like, what an evolution to the themes being expanded and the messages it fucking just says. So, one thing that I want to talk about. But yeah, let's just drop the chapter by chapter, because like most of the time it's just most of the volume is just Amane and his friends preparing Mario's birthday. I want to talk about independence and how independence like affect Mahiru and Amane's character.
It really does.
Because like on one hand, because I mean like it sounds fucking cliche and it sounds fucking strange, but like straight up, love just changes a person.
I mean, you're not wrong though. Like, it's what happens.
Yeah. Like, because of Mahiru, Amane, like, he's building muscle to impress a girl, of course, first and foremost. Doing part-time jobs to save up money for that eventual ring. Good. And taking care of the house chores more competently, so that he won't put all the burden on Mahiru. And to be honest, that kind of independence, I honestly respect. Like, as someone who mostly just lives in a school dorm, or a university dorm. Like, most of the time, I just get meals from outside, then pick them back up and eat it. Like, this dude is fucking cooking.
Yep.
Blood's done more than me in my chat. Fuck. Like, I barely know how to cook, but this man, Amade, for fuck's sake, you're the man. Like, generally, you're the man.
Amane not being base, challenge impossible.
Yeah. So, how do you want to describe Mahiru's way of independence? Because like it's really hard for me to express it.
What do you mean?
Like in terms of like growing through love, growing as a person and all that. Because like
Mahiru had a very tough time,
yeah.
and it shows.
Mm-hmm.
Mahiru got very unlucky.
Mm-hmm. With her childhood and all.
Yeah. And I think it's unfortunate that Mahiru had to go through the things she did to become the person she is. However, and this is the biggest however ever, because we know how Mahiru turned out.
Yeah.
She turned out really good.
Yeah.
Despite that.
Yeah.
I think it so a thing with psychology when it comes to the psychology of a child, children are very resilient. We don't expect them to be because they're children. Yeah. But children can handle a lot more than we say they can. And it just really reflects in this. It's like how she was able to
she was able to put
absolutely
she was able to put those depressing thoughts regarding like neglect, verbal abuse into like something like you remember like when Mahiru is saying like she wants to be noticed, so she'll get get higher grades and all that. Like that's just a positive way on looking at it. She's a very resilient person in that sense.
And it's very interesting to me how she was able to just
but maybe
be resilient.
Yeah, but maybe because like she has skill key, which we'll talk about later, why she was able to have that like a bit more positive outlook despite being like in the beginning she is like damn near depressed.
Yeah, I can see that.
Shall we just skip to the party? Would you say?
Sure. I think that's fine.
Because like the party like holds many things. First of all, man, giving her the flowers like that and preserving it.
Oh God.
I mean,
Chad behavior.
Yeah, Chad. And he did not just that. He prepared the entire celebration. Through his friends, he investigated everything that she could possibly like about stuff and etc. etc.
Yep.
Also, did they mention he baked her cake?
Yeah, he made it.
Yeah.
He made her cake.
That's man.
Chad. Chad.
I like explaining this makes me heart throb. Like and after that
heart throbbeth.
So like after all that we get another one which is what you call this, the basically the jewel case, so what it's called, jewel box.
Yep.
You know, Amani says like with Mahiru, she wants functionality over everything, and that's such a good way of
base
of giving her a jukebox, because like girls have accessories and all that they want to keep, and man, just her saying like I'll collect more treasures, and all the gifts, jewelry, and everything else that you will give me, I will put it in that box. And honestly, at that point I was like, Wow. Like, I was
Yep.
dying of fucking BDs, dog. Holy fuck.
Mm-hmm. It's so good.
Mm-hmm. Though, a bit off tangent, but it's funny that Amani can be naive at times. Do you know why?
Yeah.
Blood doesn't know the
Man
pain.
doesn't know.
The
He
pain
doesn't
of
know.
college. Not yet, anyway. Like, he may be like a smart ass, but do you think he's ready for that shit?
I don't know if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Yeah, good luck, Amane. At least you have a girl beside you to help.
Yeah.
Anyways, we should talk about Kyoki next because like that's the only thing left.
That's really the only thing. The party came together in such a beautiful way. And then Oyuki.
Yeah, the finale, or the final part of this volume is Mahiru and Kyoki's video call. Now, to be honest, I would say Amane was being too formal to my liking. Would you say so, or like
I think he was being a little formal, but that's just him.
yeah, but like maybe like send like a proper message and all that. Like it's email, like it's like even
Yeah, but you have to think about it. He has no idea.
What do you mean?
He has no idea.
like it like by senior, but like do you have like senior high?
Mhm.
In so like in senior high, motherfucker should already know how to fucking do shit in email. From the way Kyoki says how he got in contact with Kyoki to make this video call in the first place, he was being like a bit aggressive. Would you say so?
A little bit, honestly.
Because like
But you have to think. Like I just think that it's like a testament.
yeah, like despite all that, he's still naive and still has much to learn. That's something I would get out of that Amane's fuck ups with email and all that. Better do it next time. Make it professional, dog. Something like that.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's get to the fucking conversation itself. Man, this shit is pure diabetes.
Peak.
Yeah.
Peak.
Man,
They did so fucking good. They did
like
so good.
like when Maya started crying, man, I was fucking tearing up and all that shit, and when they talk about and when Koyoki was judging Amane if he was really like the right
I don't
man.
give you my blessing, bitch.
I mean, like, to be fair, like, you can understand from like her perspective of like being, a bit distant.
Oh no, I love that she was teasing. I
Yeah.
love that she was teasing.
Yeah, and like, seeing like what, like his like integrity and his foundations like through
Yeah.
his love of Mairu and how he expresses it to Pyoki is just, man,
I think
I'm
so too.
dying. I'm dying of diabetes. Go over again.
Yep.
Like generally, like this entire call alone, I would say top on the level of Volume 4 and Volume 5's best moments.
Yep.
Amanda is just a pure Chad. Holy fuck.
Chad.
Honestly, do you have anything to say about this shit?
About specifically like the conversation?
Yeah. Because like,
Honestly, no.
because like it's just peak.
I mean, there's so much. It's just peak. Like, there's so much I could say,
Yeah,
but there's just nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing that needs to be said.
It's pure peak sugar goodness. So with romance series, it's really hard to to say things because like you would say like saying something about Spirit Chronicles would be easier because like battles, strategies, and all
Oh
that.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
like with romance series, you're talking about like especially with Tenshi, you're like seeing like a real life conversation, and
Yep.
everything that needs to be said is like just like a few words that.
Yep.
I honestly have nothing else to say, though.
Yep.
I will have to say about the final part. Like remember like that last screenshot that I sent you, like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Measuring her ring finger. First of all, Slive Amane. Holy fuck.
God, it's just so good.
Next would be promising.
Yeah, he definitely did. I'm like 99% sure that he measured her ring finger.
Yeah.
Just because he was like stroking her finger.
Yeah. And next
Just to not make it obvious.
So next up, promising next year to be better. Better. Getting ahead of themselves, man. That fucking.
Oh yeah, I mean, I have a feeling that Mahiru's gonna cry again, but other than that,
regarding that unspoken yet mutual agreement. To what?
oh, don't ask me.
Oh,
Don't ask
to
me.
fuck each other.
To fuck. We already know it's gonna happen.
I need it. I need it, dog. I need
it. We've been making jokes about it for so long about how, oh yeah, they're gonna fuck. No, they're actually gonna fuck. Like, we're not kidding.
Like at this point, would you say like Myru's 18th birthday, they would do it before graduation?
I think they're doing it on Amane's birthday.
Nah, I'd say it's more to them, like from their perspective. Graduation may be too late, but like Myru's birthday would be the perfect time since they would both be 18.
Yeah. Yep.
So by that time, I can't wait for that. Like they don't have to describe it. Just
they don't have to describe it.
Yeah. Just put like the pure happiness, the shyness, and the fucking embarrassment in that afterglow in the morning. I need that. I want that.
The afterglow is fucking crazy.
I mean, they can show it, right? Like,
realistically,
they
can do whatever the fuck they want.
I mean, they would.
They would show.
Yeah, they would show like the scene, like we really fucking did it, huh? Like that scene.
They would explain it for sure, but they wouldn't like
innuendos and all that.
Yeah.
So I guess that's it.
Yeah. I don't really have anything else.
Yeah. So sugary goodness out of 10. That's it for our Tenshi rating. Next up, Spirit Chronicles, because like we also don't have anything to say new regarding. So like we really don't have anything to expand. Like we already did like a episode of the summary, right?
Yeah, we did.
So do we have to talk much, or is there like something you noticed that isn't from the wiki?
Not really. I don't think there was much from the wiki that I didn't notice.
Because like this wiki just hits all the fucking notes. Like I remember like this about the shit with
Eru.
or Eru. Then
Eru?
after
I
that,
think is that her name? Yeah. No, she's in. What was she gonna say? I really want to know what she was gonna tell Rio.
yeah. And after that, it's gonna be like the shit with Celia, with Takehisa, or rather Takatrash. Forgot
Trash.
his fucking name.
Trash.
And his journey with Julia. Fate. Like,
I do think they did. Well, I'm not gonna say they did his character justice because that's just disingenuous as fuck. Because his character can't be done justice.
Mm-hmm. But like, how would you say remember like the dark ass descriptions of him being incinerated and all that? How would you like put it in the context of when we actually read it? Would you say it's a lot darker in the novel version, or the wiki just did a good job at interpreting that dark ass scene?
I think they did a good job interpreting the dark scene.
Yeah, I would say so too. Man, this fucking summary is just godlike. Yeah, that's it. Fuck it. That's really it. Literally nothing else from what I'm seeing.
I don't think there was much.
Yeah, there's barely nothing new. So let's go. So in the meantime, want to talk about Volume 26? Like, from the image that I sent you so far, what do you think?
I think this is going to be a chill volume.
I mean,
I don't think there's going to be much happening in this volume, if I'm being honest.
I mean, after like the fiasco that is Volume 25.
I think it's going to be talking. It's going to be a lot of talking.
Yeah. So something similar to like a Volume 15 or a Volume 8, something like that.
Yes.
So after the shit with Lina, besides that, Rio basically can can just temporarily, or not temporarily, has a semi-permanent solution to the transcendent thing. What do you think of
a semi-permanent?
Yeah,
I hope it lasts. I hope it does last.
Yeah.
Because I really don't want to see more of the problems with the. I want to see more with the transcendental rules. Mm-hmm. However, I do think we are long due some explanations and some ways around them.
Yeah. And we have to talk about like maybe regarding Christina and the Familiar. You remember that shit with?
Yeah, I do remember this.
And the fucking implications of that, considering she is gonna be the Beltrum's future queen and all that.
Yeah,
it's
gonna be interesting.
Mm-hmm. And basically, aside from Rio and Latifa sleeping on Rio's man, I'm sorry if I'm feeling fucking tired, but like aside from that,
no, you're fine.
There's really nothing to say. We expect it to be a chill volume. That's basically
Yeah, there isn't much that I can be like, ooh, yeah. There isn't like a lot that I'm expecting from this next volume, aside from just I want moments with the characters. I want good moments with the characters, like good interactions.
Mm-hmm.
Because there isn't a lot of stakes. Like there definitely are stakes, but right now, like we have a truce between Lena and Reese for some reason. So we're assumedly not going to be getting involved with Reese for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. So like a down. We'll be having some downtime for now.
We'll be having a little bit of downtime. And I hope that with this downtime, we can find ways around the transcendental rules that apparently Reese has already found ways around. Because assuming he's as powerful as Transcendental, because he knows of Transcendentals.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, I think the likelihood of him being a wise god is very high.
Yeah.
Or something of similar power. Not necessarily being a wise god, but of something similar.
Yeah, could possibly be a demon as well.
Yeah, I did make that guess as well, that he could be a demon.
So I get funny how the keys to I would say for Volume 26 there's like three keys to like some answers regarding this entire fucking thing. First would be Celia, and she'll be the key to reverse engineering or bypassing the transcendental rules. Miharu Aisha Lina would be the key to exploring more of the mysteries of the wise gods and all that, with Rice possibly. And I would say when it comes to the consequence of this this new higher level of conflict, we would see I'd say Christina possibly being Rio's future familiar to be a key to exploring those aspects in the story. And
yes,
that's like all that I can think of when it comes to speculations regarding Volume 26, because there's really nothing much to add.
I agree, honestly.
So
there's not much that I can think where there's a lot left open, but there's also a lot that's just kind of like, oh, well, yeah, of course that was gonna happen. And so
let me check. When does fucking Spirit Chronicles release the new volume?
I don't know, honestly.
So September. So September. Yeah, so literally a week. Why did we fucking do it now? We could have. It's generally like a week from now.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we should have done it literally.
Should have waited.
Yeah. But yeah, can't wait to see the battles, because compared to when with Volume 24, it was barely any battles, where it's so easy to be described, but Volume 25 is gonna be more exciting to read, because a wiki summary can't fucking describe a fucking volume full of battles and all that shit, with the twists and turns, with the plot twist of Lena and all that. Man, I'm looking forward to reading.
I'm looking forward to Volume 25 just so I can see more of the details of that interaction.
So holy. I just got reminded there's a new omnibus fucking coming out.
Oh yeah. What is it? Volume 22, 21, 22?
Yeah. Omnibus 11. I have volumes 1 to 20. So, Omnibus 1 to 10. Like, this is like the only series I caught up on. So, I gotta get Omnibus 11 sometime in the future. But, knowing importing, that shit's gonna be a bitch.
True.
God, I hate. Sometimes I hate fucking living in in this fucking country. But yeah. But to be honest, it's better than fucking like I heard like horror stories of manga volumes or light novel volumes getting ruined on Amazon, and I'm like, man, I probably got it better since at least most of like 99% of the time the fucking thing doesn't get ruined like the books.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Anyways, I guess that's all for this episode. Very short episode. Because like we only planned for like 2 volumes, and I didn't expect it. I was expecting it to be like 2 hours long, but like I forgot like volume 24 was surprisingly like less. Would you say this? Like less satisfying because like we already read the wiki summary and that shit basically just describes everything. Would you say so?
I think so, yeah. I mean, I do think reading the wiki summary kind of leaves some of like it gets rid of some of the anticipation regarding it because we already know what to expect.
Yeah.
But I do think going into it with some expectation of, okay, I know how the story is going to go, but I also get the added context of certain situations. So it's not like cut and dry.
Mm. Yeah. But like I guess we should think of that in mind when we get to volume 26's summary.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I guess this.
Yeah, I have no problems with it.
Yeah, this is the end, I guess. So I guess next time. See you in a couple months. As always, we're fucking inconsistent with this shit.
Yes. See you in a couple months.